Okay, hot lemon souffle, perfect dessert for January, those dull, gloomy months that we get. And we're going to serve that with lemon curd. I've made my own. You can buy a ready bought one. If you do that, please don't buy a nasty one. Go to a good deli and buy a really nice handmade one. However, once you've made this and you've tasted it, there is no going back, and the chances you're going to have to buy one, I would imagine, are quite slim. Dead easy to make. It's just whole eggs, unsalted butter, caster sugar, the juice and zest of lemon, and you cook it slowly over a bain-marie, which is a double boiler, until it goes nice and thick. And this is all natural, you can see. It's lovely and thick. It's not got any flour in there. There's no corn flour. There are no artificial flavourings, colourings, zero. It's an all-natural product. I'm going to have a wee taste of my finger. I know you're not supposed to do it, but hey, it's wonderful. When you make it yourself, you get that lovely, rich, buttery flavour and that lovely zinginess from the lemons. Not too sweet. That's cooked over a double boiler, so you want the pan 1/3 full with water, and just nice and gently, so it just thickens up. It shouldn't be boiling, it should just be warm. It takes about 20 minutes to cook. A hot souffle is always made with a base, and we're using a pastry cream. And a pastry cream is basically a sweet version of a bechamel sauce, a white sauce. And it's made with boiled milk, egg yolks, sugar, lemon zest and flour. You bring the milk to the boil. In a bowl, you whisk together the egg yolks with the sugar and the flour. You pour on the boiling milk, whisk it well, back into the pan, continually whisking all the time until you get this lovely, thick pastry cream, which we have in here. That can be made an hour or two ahead. It can even be made the day before and kept in the refrigerator, and just whisk back to smoothness, because once it's in the fridge, it will firm up, and that's the base ready to go. The souffle molds, buttered with obviously unsalted butter and a little bit of sugar. So I'm going to show you how we've done that. These have just come out of the fridge, so they're nice and cold. Make sure your butter is thick and not runny. Butter the mold like so. And then when you're doing it, just run the brush vertically up the side of the mold. Do the lip, which is where most soufflés tend to get caught. So run it round like so. Get your sugar. So here's your caster sugar. A little bit of sugar in there. And all you do is just roll the sugar around the mold. Make sure you get that lip as we talked about. So it's all covered. And there you go. That's your souffle molds ready to go. There we are. The egg whites. Make sure that the egg whites are fresh. However, having said that, frozen egg whites are even better than fresh ones, because you get 30% more volume in your beating than you do with fresh. So we're going to do the egg whites. So what's absolutely crucial when we're beating the egg whites is we don't overbeat them. When you're beating an egg white, what happens is the molecules expand, and if you overbeat them, they can't go any more and they'll just break down. That's why egg whites, if you overbeat them, they go all watery. So we've got them to this stage here, a nice creamy stage. You can see what we have here, almost there. Doesn't take long. I'm going to add some sugar now. A couple of dessert spoonfuls of sugar. So let's just look at this in more detail. So those are the egg whites whipped to perfection for a souffle. You can see the creamy, that's called stiff peaks, and that means you've got the molecules, I've got the space to grow. And we add a little bit of egg white to the mix first, and you can beat that fairly rigorously. And it's like making a mayonnaise. You're incorporating the egg whites into the base first, so be quite vigorous with that. A wee bit more, like so. And as soon as that's been incorporated, we can then be gentle and start to fold the remaining egg whites in. So now we start to fold the mixture in, so get the egg whites in there. You can see how creamy they are. Just run the spatula across the top, like so. A wee bit more in there, and we're almost there. Lovely. A little bit more. There we are. That's the souffle mixture, which is ready. Then what we do, we simply spoon the mixture into the moulds. Fill the moulds with your mixture like so. Top them off. There we go. Perfect. And what we need to do now is get the palette knife and just run the knife across the top of the mould like so. Let's clean it up. There we are. Clean the edges up, and the next bit is quite important. Use your fingertips and just carefully run around the edge of the mould like so. This is to stop them from sticking and will help the souffle rise when they're in the oven. They go in the oven for approximately 10 to 12 minutes at 180 degrees. So just clean the edge up, put them on the tray, and down there ready to go in the oven. The souffles have been in for about 10 minutes, and you can see, there we go, beautifully risen lemon souffles, which you've seen from start to finish. Let's put those on the table like so. We're going to dust them with some icing sugar, finish them off, and we're going to serve them with some lemon curd. If you want to be really flashy at the table, what you can do, just make a wee hole in your souffle like so, and you just drop in a spoon of lemon curd right into the middle of the souffle like so. Just run inside. There we go. I'm just going to have a wee taste for the camera so you can just see the inside, the texture of this souffle. I'm going to spoon it from the centre. You can just see the souffle is still holding up, beautiful and creamy inside. Wonderful. Bon appetit.